Hi everyone, Marla Miller from marlamiller.com presenting quick query critique. I think this is in the high 70s. I've stopped putting numbers on them because then people say, well, you said 72 in YouTube and then it was 74 on marlamiller.com. So hopefully if you're watching this video, you're either doing it on YouTube or at marlamiller.com, so it doesn't really matter what number it is. And we're up there now, enough for me to lose track. I'm not a detailed person, as you might imagine, or could tell by now. I don't know. Anyway, thanks to those of you who sent kind words about my brother. He just passed, and I just got back from Chicago, and that's why you didn't get a newsletter last week. But we're back in business, and I've got one that I want to share with you, so let's do that. And for those of you who have dabbled in the store and bought a few things, thank you. You know, if you like them, would you tweet and let people know that you like them? Because I'm really trying to build that part of the business, and your help is always appreciated. All right, what do we have here? Dear blank, Andrew von Reuter had chosen a messy death, or so his widow believes, through 2.5 years of guilt and self-recrimination, until the day she discovers Andy died by another's hand, not suicide. The orchestration of Andy's death has maneuvered Lorca von Reuter into position as perfect foil in fulfilling a plot originating 3/4 of a century before in Hitler's Germany during the dark days before World War II. She unravels the what and why of the plot, but not before she's swept off her feet by a love that defies time and space, a love endangered by the knowledge, survival, and damnation of self, and those she loves depends on her destroying one of two men, brothers, identical twins, one she loves. One possesses a demon's heart. Which, her lover or the brother? I'm seeking representation for Keepers of Lily, a 125,000-word women's suspense novel. Please let me know if you're interested in reading a partial or complete manuscript of Keepers. I appreciate your time and attention. I am a member of the Blank Writers Colony, RWA, and blank. I won awards in both national and local writing competitions. This spring, placing third in Blank Writers Colony annual writing contest. I keep current through workshops and conferences. My training as a psychiatric technician help with the technical details of this novel, for this novel. Okay, so what do we have here? I'm assuming that we have romantic suspense, and I'm assuming that because she mentioned that she's a member of the RWA, she doesn't say it's romantic suspense, she says it's women's suspense. But I'm gonna go with that because it also sounds like there's some space travel in here. So what do I think of this query letter? Well, I think that it has potential. I think the story has potential. I'm intrigued by the connection to Hitler's Germany, except I don't know how that connection is connected to this story. The query letter does not link those two up, in at least for me. I'm assuming that her name is Lorca. And I am assuming that her deceased husband, Andrew, she calls him Andy, had some connection to Nazi Germany. If this is in present day and we're going to go back, 50 years, then certainly these two wouldn't have been adults during that time, probably wouldn't have even been born during that time. So that's the big for me. I don't see the connection, and I know that in romantic suspense that you can go to places ahead of where we are now and back in time, but you have to craft that nicely in a query letter to make an agent who represents romantic suspense want to know more. And so I would encourage this author to take a look at that first paragraph. And now there's another thing that I want to talk about, and I've talked about this before, and that is when the writer's credentials exceed the writing, frankly. And in this case, she has lovely credentials. She has written, or she has gotten lots of awards, I'm assuming. And except that first paragraph is, a couple of sentences that are just too rangy and do not allow us to stay focused on the arc of this story. So I would really take a look at the second sentence, and I would take a look at the third sentence. And I would suggest that this author recraft this query letter and add more. You don't have to tell the whole thing, but add more, and don't make these sentences so very, very long that I can't. I mean, if you heard me reading it, I read every word as it was written. I lost focus, and this was like the second or third time that I read this query letter. So I think that the writing craft, could be improved upon. And that said, I like the idea of it. So we've got her discovering that her hubby didn't commit suicide, something sinister happened to him. It's somehow Hitler's Germany is connected, and so since their name is von Reuter, I'm going to assume that they're German descendants. So give me more there. Just, flesh this out a bit more. This is a query letter that just needs more, in my opinion, and I'm not going to say any more than that. I invite this writer to resubmit, should she want to. Until the next time, be well, keep writing.